is going on, everyone? How are you doing? I hope you're doing good, because it's good to feel good. And I am back from Newcastle. Woo! I had a great time at the What Culture Pro Wrestling tapings, which took place on the 24th and 25th of August. Had a great time, hence the t-shirt. It was a lot of fun. If you don't know what Culture Pro Wrestling is, it's basically the baby to the YouTube channel What Culture Wrestling. And basically they started their own wrestling promotion, WCPW, or What Culture Pro Wrestling. They've been putting on shows in Newcastle for the past few months, and they're going to be headed for big things one day, I can assure you that. If you want to go check out What Culture Pro Wrestling, then please feel free to find more information and stuff like that. I'm not here to spoon feed you, but you know, just go check them out, they're awesome. But anyway, moving on, it is now time to do another monthly Ask Ollie video. Now, you may have noticed last month there wasn't an Ask Ollie video, and I said earlier this month that I'd be filming a special Q&A with my friend Brandon at Summer in the City. That didn't happen. We had it all planned, we were all going to film a lot of fun shit, but just it never happened. Basically there was stuff that was going down, nothing personal, nothing personal whatsoever, but just, you know, it resulted in us being unable to film. But if we meet up in the future, we are going to do something. Anyway, without further ado, here is Ask Ollie. In fact, there is something that it's worth mentioning, and that is that it is the 30th edition of Ask Ollie. Yeah! 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 Oh, that's something worth celebrating. Let's do this. Right, it can't be a Q&A without questions. Let's dive right into these questions. What was your favourite thing about Summer in the City? Well, ironically, it was nothing to do with the actual event itself. I mean, I had a great time at the event, and you know, got to do some cool stuff. But it was actually, I think, this unofficial after party that I attended. So basically, with Summer in the City being all done and dusted, a lot of us went to this hotel, which was just by the exit. It's called the Novotel. And it was like an unofficial after party. There was a lot of YouTubers there, and I got the chance to, you know, talk to Brandon Rogers. Now, if you don't know who Brandon Rogers is, I'm not going to spoon feed you. Go look him up. He's a very funny guy, and he was very, you know, cool to talk to. Me and a couple of my other friends, we were talking to Brandon, and he was a sick guy, in the words of King Ross from What Culture Wrestling. And he's just, you know, he's great to talk to. He's very humble. I think I remember putting in my Instagram post saying, funny to the core, never sour. That's probably my favourite thing about City this year, just talking to Brandon Rogers. Would you like to meet a ghost? Depends. If, you know, a ghost shows up and it's a ghost! Oh! When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? Now, interestingly enough, I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my dad, who is an architect. And I just think, you know, the whole thing about me being an architect came from me like because I used to love playing with Lego. And, you know, you build stuff with Lego and you create things. And I think that creative side kind of positioned me in a way to become an architect. But then in 2007, when I was 10 years old, I saw a camera and I was like, ooh, this looks interesting. And then I just suddenly, out of the blue, I just started filming stuff on this camera. And then, as you know, the years go on, started, you know, making more and more videos. This was before I made my YouTube channel, by the way. And then in 2011, we come here into this YouTube channel. And then, you know, as time goes on, stuff happens. And yeah, it was interesting, you know, making videos. And like, I think it was when I was 10 years old, that's when I decided I really want to be a filmmaker. Like, you know, I want to, you know, either be behind the camera or be in front of the camera. And yeah, I think that's when it started, when I decided, you know what, I want to make films. Now that you're finished college, Ollie, what career path will you take? I'm currently undecided. Like, I'm now finished college. Like, it's weird because it's almost September. Well, in fact, in a few days' time it'll be September. And you know, this will be the time where everyone's going back to school, back to college or stuff like that. And it's gonna feel weird not going back because, I mean, I'm done more or less now with college and school and all that. and I've got my qualifications. Oh, by the way, I didn't actually explain what like I got at college, but I will, you know, explain this as well in a future video maybe. But I got a DMN in Performing Arts, which is incredible, and that's the equivalent of basically to 3 A-levels. And I think with that, I see what the future holds. I want to take it spontaneous this year. I think what I want to do is just, you know, go out there and see what the world's like. I want to do what Dora does best and just explore. So yeah, exploring, you know, traveling is what I love doing. I mean, I've been coining around a few places that I really would like to go to in the world, but I'll see where this year takes me. If it takes me anywhere, then, you know, should be cool, and it should be a fun gap year and that. How do you think you've grown during your course? So with my college course, it lasted for 2 years, and, you know, I got to do a lot of interesting stuff, and I think the thing that helped me grow a lot were the people that I with, like my tutors, my fellow peers, you know, my fellow performing arts students, and, you know, they brought out the best in me, I brought out the best in them, and stuff like that. And, you know, just performing, like, has been one of those things that's really, you know, it's really brought me out of my comfort shell. It's like helped me do a lot of things that, you know, I wouldn't think I'd be capable of doing. I've done stuff like traveling the world, getting a part-time job. In fact, it's almost a year ago since I started my part-time job, and it feels weird how it's been that long, but you know, it goes quickly. But yeah, but I think the confidence aspect is what's really grown. I guess that was the question. But yeah, I think in confidence I've grown a lot. That was the question. How do you think I have progressed during college? What's with the do-rag / bandana? Now, you may notice in a lot of videos in the past year I've been wearing a lot of bandanas. Now, I don't know what it is. I think it's just a fashion choice, really. And obviously it's not do-rag because that's what JME wears, and, you know, man don't care about all that. But yeah, I enjoy wearing them. If it, like, the weather is hot and, you know, the weather's nice, then likelihood is I'll be wearing my bandana. Like, I wore my bandana, well, I wore a few bandanas when I was out in LA. But I just wear them whenever I want to, really. Like, but obviously not in, like, certain places, not in formal places, like not at work, not in like a business environment. But you know what I mean. I like wearing them. It's a fashion choice, basically. And the final question is, how did your love for pandas start? Well, interestingly enough, I made a video on this a year ago. In fact, almost a year ago. But enough of that. Long story short is, I've always thought that, you know, they're really cute and cuddly creatures. You know, you see one, you just want to hug it. But yeah, that's the way it's been. That's the way it's always been. That one there is cute and cuddly, and, you know, you just want, when you see it, you want to hug it. I don't know if it's the same about my panda tattoo, but, you know, you can hug that if you want. Going back to the question, when did it start? Like, it's complicated, really. If you watch the video, then, you know, you get a better understanding. But, you know, watch that video and then come back here. And that is this month's Ask Ollie done, dusted, out of the bag, boom, headshot. I feel like we're gonna make some kind of MLG edit of this video. I don't know why. But yeah, that was fun and interesting. Nice to be back doing Q&As. And yeah, also, in regards to WCPW, by the way, I got lots of footage. I got a lot of footage, but my only problem is, because it's pre-taped, I don't want to, like, you know, upload anything that, you know, spoils what happens. So I think what I might do is upload a little montage of, you know, stuff that happened, and then at a later date when you know, all the footage is, you know, all the episodes of WCPW loaded and stacked are out, then I think I'll upload like a big vlog of, like, you know, what I got up to. But yeah, for the time being, I'm gonna upload a little montage, which should be fun, and yeah, should be interesting. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next month for next month's Ask Ollie, and like, comment, subscribe, and share the love. See ya! Ollie Walker.